Namaskar. When you're writing a letter or an Air Force office memo, how do you highlight or emphasize something? You either use capital letters, or you underline it, or you write in a bigger font if you're using a computer. That's how you emphasize. Sometimes you repeat the sentence in the later part of your communication to draw the attention of the viewer. Okay, now how do you do that when you're speaking? When you're speaking to an audience, how do you emphasize your important points, your most critical thoughts on the topic? There should be a means to do it. There are several ways you can emphasize. Let's start one by one. You emphasize by raising your voice. When you raise your voice, you automatically increase the sensation on the eardrums of your listeners. So it draws attention. You emphasize by lowering your voice. You're speaking on a very serious note. You're speaking on a very emotional subject where you're charged with emotions. Then you can lower your voice and it has probably the same impact. With a word of caution, don't raise your voice to an extreme that it becomes shouting. Leave that to rabble-rousers. Similarly, don't lower your voice that you're inaudible. Practice will automatically give you the spectrum in which you can operate. But there's no thumb rule which I can tell you at this point of time. You can emphasize by speaking faster and faster. You're angry, you're emotional, you're really charged with anger or with something that has moved you. There's a blatant damage to the environment by a group, and you are speaking in an organization where you want action to be initiated. You get charged, so you speak rapidly, your voice goes up and your actions go up, but you also speak faster and faster. I want immediate action. Your voice itself conveys that immediacy. That is one way you can. The other way is you give a break. You pause for a second or two and then start talking again. You give a break even mid-sentence. Say, for instance, you're going for a quotation and you said, as Winston Churchill said, or as Pandit Nehru said, stop. So that you are preparing the audience, and in a very solemn voice. I would strongly recommend you to go to the net and look for that video of Nehru at the stroke of midnight hour. Listen to that. Or for that matter, Swami Vivekananda's address at the Assembly of Nations, at the Assembly of Religions in Chicago. The emphasis. Here one man is a leader, the other man is a spiritual novice, I would say. But the way they have emphasized that Nehru's speech, Nehru was not considered an excellent orator, but that solemn moment at the stroke of the midnight hour, when the nation sleeps, India will awaken, and it goes on. It is listed as one of the most historical speeches, one of the best speeches in one of the compendiums. Now that is the way you emphasize your words, your thoughts, the way you would use them in your written communication. You can have even a bigger impact in oral communication in your speech by using this technique, by raising your voice, by lowering your voice, by speaking faster, by speaking slower, or by even giving a break in your speech. Now these are certain ways you can convey in oral form what you normally do in writing. Let me cover one more aspect of delivery, and that is pause. When do you pause? Why do you pause? And how do you pause? When do you pause? You pause at the beginning of your speech. Interesting. How do you pause at the beginning? You're not begun. As soon as you come to the podium, please don't start speaking. Take a few seconds to gather yourself. You walked up a flight of steps to the dais, and you are a little, your BP has shot up a little because you are excited about the whole thing. So go and settle down. Take a little survey of your surroundings. If there's a microphone in front of you, adjust it to your height. A short guy like me should be conscious that if somebody before him was a tall person, the mic would be very high, so let's bring it down. Let it be at an appropriate distance from your face. So these things you require a pause, a few seconds. There's no hurry for you to start immediately. Adjust your posture. If you are carrying notes, put them on the table and open the right pages. The second pause comes after your salutations. Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen, I shall be speaking on so and so forth. Then if you are using a quotation or a joke, pause before the quotation and pause after the quotation. It is as though you are giving inverted commas. After each thought, you pause as if it's the end of a paragraph. And these are the critical points. Pause, gather yourself, thank the audience, and go. That is the last pause. When to pause, why to pause, as I said, to gather yourself, to convey that you've completed one thought and you're going to the next, to convey that you are going to talk about, you're going to share a joke and prepare the audience. You stop after the joke so that people get time enough to laugh, and wait till their laughter is over. Let them laugh heartily if your joke has been really humorous. And then you pause gracefully till the audience has applauded and the applause is over. Don't walk away even when the applause is on. Acknowledge the applause the way you want it. Bow down to the audience, say namaste, wave, whatever is your choice, and then leave the podium with grace, walking tall, having done a good job. How to pause? Vary the duration of the pause. Sometimes it may be just a second or two. At the beginning of your speech, it might be, Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen, pause, start. At the end of a joke, you might have to pause for a long duration for the audience to laugh out completely. Otherwise, the first part of the next sentence would get drowned in the laughter. And at the end, wait till the audience applause completely dies down. And with a cheerful smile on the face, walk out. Now, don't pause, don't drag your sentences into a pause. Let your pauses be sharp. Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen. No, Mr. Chairman, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Pause. I shall be discussing total damage to the environment that is being caused by certain decisions of the local authorities in damaging the water bodies in the state. Stop. Take your breath. That's another reason why you pause. And when you are emotional, you are likely to be out of breath very fast. So pause. Now, these are certain techniques that you have to practice. If you are carrying notes, maybe you underline those ideas or words where you want to emphasize. Put some kind of an intonation or a mark in a colored pen where you want to pause. And keep this sheet in front of you, and if you want to refer to your notes, refer to them openly. It's not an examination hall where you will have to do it secretly. Look at your notes, but don't look too often because you lose eye contact. And when you look at the notes, pause. Don't look down and talk because your voice will go away from the mic. That is another point of time where you need to pause. What I said in my earlier videos, practice each one of these techniques in front of a mirror or a small family audience. I hope to start online training sessions in public speaking, but until such time that I tighten my belts and get going, you go ahead with the practice technique. And I haven't received much response to my appeal. If you want to ask any questions, if you have any doubts, whatever, write to me on my comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Namaskar, have a nice day.